and welcome to TILII TV, COVID Conversations. In this series of short films, we'll be exploring how COVID-19 has changed the lives of TILII members. TILII members will be sharing their own stories.
It was nice to see the farmers cutting down the silage and all. This helped me get through lockdown and all.
They'll also be interviewing people from their local communities to find out how their home and work life has changed.
You just have to take one day at a time and hope for the best.
As well as giving you tips on how to stay safe and healthy through COVID-19. This episode looks at the story of Joseph, who lives in the city, Brian, who lives in the countryside, and Rita, who comes from a hospital setting. And it really looks at how lockdown affected them and what they did to survive and get through it. Joseph, how have you found lockdown?
When it first started in March, it was all right at first. You know, being at home all day, being able to watch TV or listen to the radio. But it soon gets to you. After a couple of weeks, you realise that depression's setting in. And depression was like when my daddy died 12 years ago. I felt like I was coming back that 12 years. I said to myself now, you've got to do something about this. Because the government said you couldn't go out doing shopping. You weren't allowed to go far. You weren't even allowed to go for a walk. And in one instance they said you weren't even allowed to sit at your front door. And I thought that was really stupid.
I think you're right, Joseph. I think at times the guidance was very difficult to follow. It's very hard to know what you could and you couldn't do.
I'm saying don't go to work, go to work. Don't take public transport, go to work, don't go to work. Stay indoors. If you can work from home, go to work. Don't go to work. Go outside, don't go outside. And then we will or won't something or other.
And then I realised, I can go out this morning. I can put the bins out now. And when I put the last bin out, I had nearly done a cartwheel coming up the entry. Because I'm out. And I'm lifting that depression. And I'm going to go out this morning to do my shopping.
During lockdown, because everything did close down, we recognised that it was really important that TILII members needed contact. So we started to make weekly phone calls. However, we recognised that actually we all need human interaction, and to see somebody makes you feel hugely different. So I started face-to-face visits, which became very important to TILII members and actually really important to me, to make sure that they were okay and they were getting through the lockdown and actually trying to have a bit of fun as well, because that's really important.
But what I missed most though was I couldn't go to TILII. Because a TILII group, they make you laugh, they make you smile. My wee friend Louise, I was sitting here one Friday, so I was, and just, because that's all you could do, was just sit here really. And the next thing was a knock at the back door. And then, as Louise would go, hello, it's me. And I go, right. Where can we be? She says, can you come out to the garden? And I says, so, what can I do for you? She says, can you sing me a song? And I said, I'll sing my heart out for you, my darling. And I did. And the song was, What a Wonderful World. And she smiles, and she was gorgeous.
Oh, you've made my day, and I was so happy visiting you all the way through lockdown. So now we're going to meet Brian, who lives in the beautiful countryside in Fermanagh. And all the way through lockdown, we went for social distancing walks, which was absolutely brilliant. It kept us both fit and healthy, but in actual fact, we had such a laugh.
I'm Brian TILII from Anna, and I always liked pigs from I was knee high. When my mum used to keep a sow up at her old home place, and her uncles kept sows as well. And when I was a cub, I always liked to see the sow farrowing and all, and I always liked looking after pigs as well. And I always had an interest in pigs, so I did. I always kept pigs myself and all, and looked after pigs for my cousin there. And I've been looking after 2 pigs through lockdown. I clean them out in the mornings and evenings, and I give them meal and nuts and bed them and all. And they're nice and clean, them pigs. I had one day they got out, and me and this man with enough. I had the pen there, and they were good through there.
Yeah.
Me and this other man with enough job getting the bag. Come here, pig. Come on, hurry.
Got it.
They're there from the beginning of June. I'd say 8 weeks. 8 weeks and all, and from they're small now they've got big now. It'd be nice during the lockdown and all, and nice visiting. And all the neighbours and all too, so it is and all, and seeing all the lovely scenery as well, so it was, and all too. And
You haven't been in the houses though, have you? You've stayed safe?
I haven't been in the houses, just outside and all, just outside, so I have, and all. I haven't been in the houses, just outside. And it's nice to see the people gardening and doing stuff and all, do the weeding and cut the lawns and all, and stuff and trimming and all, so I do. Even it's nice to see the farmers cutting down the silage and all, May and June time and all, and July and August even, cutting hay and silage and stuff and all. It's helped me get through lockdown and all.
Having our walk.
Yes.
A social distancing walk.
Yes, indeed.
Which is nice through lockdown, isn't it?
Yeah, it is nice, that's right, it is indeed then. So it is. I've enjoyed Louise visiting me and all, and all these weeks and all during lockdown as well, and doing colouring in and stuff and all as well. And I've enjoyed doing the jokes. Why did the pig have wink all over his face? Because it came out of the pen.
Well done for remembering that, right?
Why do farmers have black and white dogs?
I don't know why do farmers have black and white dogs.
They wouldn't pay the license for coloured ones.
No, that was brilliant, that one's your own. Well done, Brian.
This man asked this other man, was there B&Q in Dublin? No, he says, but there's 2 days in Dundalk. So
you didn't do all these jokes when I was asking you. Now you're doing them. They are brilliant.
What do you call a nun that sleepwalks?
I don't know.
A Roman Catholic.
Brilliant, Brian. Do you know, you have been an absolute pleasure to visit you. And now we're going to meet Rita. Rita's been part of a crafting group for a really long time, and what was brilliant was through lockdown it continued. She really enjoys making cards, that's one of her favourite things, but actually she's a pretty exceptional baker. It's a shame you won't be able to taste the buns. I did, they were lovely. That is a beautiful Christmas teddy bear. And who's that for, Rita?
For Kelly.
And who's Kelly?
The co-worker.
Oh, well, I'm sure she'll think that's lovely. That is absolutely beautiful. Rita, why do you make Christmas cards?
Because we're Charlie.
So you like decorating the cards, and they are beautiful. Fantastic.
And put the stickers on the back. And put them in a bag.
And how long have you been doing this, Rita?
A year and September.
And has it kept you happy during all this lockdown, being able to make the cards?
Yes.
And you've made me 10 Christmas cards, and they are absolutely beautiful. What other sort of cards do you make, Rita?
Birthday card.
Birthday cards. That is brilliant. Do you have a favourite card that you like making? Christmas card. They smell beautiful. Nobody on this film can smell them, but trust me, they don't only look beautiful, they smell beautiful. What a fantastic baker you are. Look at that. Fantastic.
Raise me up when colors raise me up on the horizon. The wild song and on the shoulder. You raise me up.
Lovely.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of COVID Conversations. If you have a lockdown story that you'd like to share, please get in contact and email us.